Now the crab class, when it gets to a wombat, it's going to eat it. So I want to, at this point, load up the editor for the crab class, and I, in essence, after moving the crab within the act method, I'm now going to determine whether we have met a wombat or not. Now I'm going to call a variable called wombat found. Now that wombat found is going to be, it's going to be tested as to whether, when I run this crab and move forward, I want to find out, has a wombat been found? And in fact, I'm going to do this on every cell. I want to find out, has a wombat been found? Has a wombat been found, etc. And when it has been found, then I want to remove that object. So just pause that and reset. We'll go back to the coding. And actor wombat found. So I'm going to call wombat found. Make sure that you don't use variables too long, because you're going to make a mistake in spelling and it'll give you errors, although it's the logic is fine, but you've actually spelt it incorrectly. But just make sure you've used it and spell it correctly. So wombat found equals, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the command get one object at offset, and then what it's saying is get an object around the crab. So I'm acting as the crab and it's saying get an object from offset value from where, and I'm going to say from this position. I'm not going to go anywhere else close to me, so I'm actually going to say from 0 in the x direction, 0 in the y direction, and I want you to get a wombat class object. Alright, so it's going to find a wombat class object in the same cell, and in essence we're going to determine if wombat found is there is one, then we're going to delete it. If we've got an object from that same cell of a wombat class and there isn't one, then wombat found is going to be empty. Right? That's what I'm going to do underneath here. So I'm going to say if wombat found, let's make sure we're familiar with this, is not equal to, that's the exclamation mark, is not equal to null. Null is a computer term for nothing. I'm going to close the bracket. Oh, I forgot to open the bracket. That's why it's giving me an error there. So if wombat found is not equal to null, then that means I've found a wombat. And what I'm going to say is, right, well, let's delete it. So it's in essence, we're going to refresh the world here, but without the new object. So I'm going to say the world class, world, I can even put a 1 after that. So that's the variable now. So if wombat found is not equal to null, it means I've found a wombat. So with the world, I'm calling it world1. World1 equals get world. It doesn't have any parameters in this particular case. Let's just scroll down. And then what I'm going to say is, world1 dot remove. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove that wombat that I've found. Semicolon. Now note, if wombat found is not equal to null, so if it's found something, or if it's found a wombat class, then refresh the world and get the whole of the world, and in that world remove the object wombat found, and we've only found one wombat here. Alright, if I got greedy, I've found 2 wombats on the same one, but it'll give me that. So compile that, and we've got world1, and I've missed out a semicolon, and compile again, and no syntax errors. Let's go back and see that. Let's see that running. So I'm going to go forward, forward, forward. It's all the while it's checking on offset 0, 0, so in that position has a wombat class been found, and if it's not null, then remove it. Well, it is null in this particular case. Is it a wombat there? No. Is it a wombat there? No. I'm going to turn left. Is there a wombat there? So it has found in offset 00, so in that cell, it has found a wombat class and put it into the variable wombat found, and we're saying if wombat found is not null, well, it's not null, so it gets the world, removes the object wombat found. And in doing so, I can then go back